Nice.
Pretty sweet, man.
You got the mini pack for the dog pack.
The little puppy pack. Well, I haven't been in this room in a while, man. So I'm like kind of overstimulated by all this stuff. You know, I'm just like, man, I got all this stuff in here.
Yeah, we've been missing you, Heffrey.
I know, man. It's been a while.
All right. So this is episode 8.
Holy moly.
Episode 8. What we got Jeffrey back. Jeffrey is back. We got Kale. Schillmeister. What's been Jeffrey, what's been going on? How you been?
I've been good, man. Just busy, dude. Trying to level everything out, you know. I got it's crazy. I was listening to the podcast you guys did with Cody, man. That was so good. But Kale was talking about school, man. Dude, this crap is kicking my ass, dude. Like,
are you back in school already?
Yeah. Well, I just never stopped because it was like, oh, you could stop, but the process is kind of a pain in the butt, man. Like getting like the BAH rolling and all that. So I was like, dude, I told him, I was like, send it, just push it. Like I go all the way through till the end.
Yeah.
So it's just a lot, man. And I'm not even like, I'm in the tail end of, I don't even know, dude. Like either I'm in the back end of my freshman year or like the front end of my sophomore year or something. But
this guy's a living, breathing Billy Madison right now.
Dude, essentially, I couldn't, dude. I thought I'd be able to catch up, right? I'm like, oh man, writing papers is gonna get easier, dude. I'm so far behind these kids, man. I'll tell you what, dude. Like, I have to like write these discussions, right? And where I'm going right now, I go to GCU, right, Grand Canyon University, and you have to write in these discussion forums every day, bro. Like, and I'm just like, no, the way I imagine online school was like, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna you just give me a list of the work that I need to get done. I'm gonna get it done.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna take this test, right? Oh, dude, no.
Wait, hold on. I have not. Okay, I have not gone back to school at all. But let me ask both of y'all, since you're in it and you've done it. Do you find it more challenging to go to school, like go to high school, finish high school, then go to college, right? And then go to like officer candidate school, like, you know, enroll in the military and then go like that route? Or do you find it harder to go high school, Marine Corps, or military and then go back to college?
Dude, don't gap. Put no gap, dude. That education gap is kicking my ass, dude. Like big time, man.
Do you feel like just because it's been such a like break that it's harder to get back into like the things you knew were already flowing? I feel like there's 32? Some kind of like experience, like immaturity.
Okay,
taking that gap. You know what I mean?
So I actually do have a pretty good point about this real quick, and then Kale can hit on it. But my life experience has allowed me to BS my way through so many of these papers, bro. Like, I'm not even kidding, dude. There's some of these papers that I write, like, because I'm in like a psychology class right now. Before that, English composition, and those two, this back to back, have just been tough, man, because they're really writing intensive. And but a lot of the topics that we're talking about, like, I have real world experience in, so I can just shoot from the hip. And you know, they make you put in like
the maturity, bro.
Yeah, but I will say though, like, the process isn't easy. Like, I'm so lost, man. Like, it's just like I have to just freestyle everything, you know. And then I'll go find like these academic resources or whatever they call them, scholarly resources, and I'll just make them fit in just the most uncomfortable way in my papers, just so I can get the points, you know. But the topics are pretty easy, man. Like, they're really not that bad.
Kale, what do you think? Like
paper on caffeine, so that's pretty easy.
On caffeine, oh, that's a good one actually. Kale, what do you think? Like 19-year-old you, like young, dumb, immature. you want to be like in that party life, let's just not even say like you're at community college, you're at like a university. Okay, but you got into one of the party school universities. So young dumb you wanting to go like out mingle and live the college life, right? Do you think that person has a better opportunity to succeed through college, or do you think the guy that graduated college or high school, went to the military, maybe got married or had a family in between all that, do you think that guy has more of an opportunity and to like better succeed through college?
The second one. And the only reason why is because
second
I've
one.
been a student one. I've been on the student side, and I've also taught in education. And
Okay.
from my experience, I'll try to, because I went to school for so long, so I could talk about this for a long time. But when I got out and went to trade school, I still had to do generals, and that was, for me, it was pretty easy because I was going in person, so it was a lot easier. And what a lot of people fail to realize is when you go to college, it's not like high school where you have 6 something classes a day every single day, or whatever, 5 days a week, right?
Yeah.
You would have like 4 classes total or 5 classes total for the week, but you would have it once a day or maybe twice a day, whatever. So like my first 3 years because my course when I went through it was a 3-year program. Now it's a 2-year program. But anyway, when I went through that, I found it actually, I loved it. I loved college. It was fun. I still had a lot of fun. I met a lot of great people that I'm still really close friends with. It wasn't until after that I decided to go back for my bachelor's degree, because my 2 years of gunsmithing and firearms technology transferred over to I could go down 2 routes. I could have went down applied engineering or applied management. And I just don't have the brain capacity to do engineering. I'm not smart in that
Well, I mean,
sense, man.
dude, yeah, but you're selling yourself short. You're smart. You completed college. You got your bachelor's.
Right. Well,
Okay, so you're not smart in the aspect of having that next level
I can't,
education.
dude, I can't, which is funny because I'm going to totally contradict myself with what I'm saying.
Yeah, hold on. Didn't you say you were trying to go back for your master's?
No,
Or another bachelor
about
degree?
it. I thought about going back for my master's because it'd be about another year or so, but it's kind of pointless for me. When I got in for my bachelor's degree, I decided to go down the management route only because of my Marine Corps experience with leadership. I'm like, oh, it's like the equivalency of like somebody that is fluent in Spanish taking Spanish class. That's how I kind of looked at it. I was like, I've got leadership skills. I'm gonna like breeze through this 2 years. And the only reason why I didn't go down the engineering route, and I actually kind of somewhat regret it because I wish I went down engineering, because there's way more higher paying jobs within the engineering field, but you could still make a lot of money within the project management field as well. But
Yeah.
I was really bad at math and like kind of designing things on the computer. I can't draw.
Are you talking about like AutoCAD?
Yes, AutoCAD I'm not very good at. However, Mastercam and not AutoCAD, what is it? Just CAD, I think is what they call it. I'm really good at those. I can design something no problem. Like,
dude, I have a new perspective on that. That's what Ashley does for a living. Like, that's all she does is draw on the computer. She's a piping designer. So like to see somebody do that, like
it's really
calculations and all of it, I'm just like,
honestly, it's quite simple. If you get the part, you get the specs on the part for the tolerances and the size, dude, I could draw any CNC program on Mastercam, no problem. I can do it on AutoCAD. It's actually really cool. I wouldn't actually mind doing that stuff nowadays. I deal with it a little bit, but on a different level. But sidebar, when I went back to get my bachelor's degree, dude, that's probably the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, because I knew I had 2 years, and I knew if I had to do it in 2 years, I had to not take the summer off, not knowing anything about taking courses in the summer.
Yeah.
So I went back and I was loaded up. I think my first semester I had 16 credits. So I was
Jeez,
full time.
man.
I think I had roughly every night when I'd get done with work, I'd get off at 4, I'd go home, and literally from 5 o'clock in the afternoon to right around almost 11 o'clock midnight, I'd have homework. And so
Yeah.
you'd have to, like Jeff said, like they don't give you like a to-do list. You have to click individually on each class. And like there's some of them, the lectures are recorded. Some of them you had to attend a lecture, but they always recorded it. So if you couldn't make it, you could go back and watch it. But a lot of the times it was more like they would post and say, this is due Friday or Sunday at midnight,
Mhm.
whatever. And then you had to plan out your week and be like, okay, I'm going to do microeconomics this day. I'm going to do this day, blah, 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 blah. But like Jeff said, there's some other stuff too that they don't post that is due, like discussions. You have to go to the discussion page and then see like, oh, there's a discussion due this week. Totally didn't know. And not only do you have to like write a paragraph, or some of them are like, hey, you need to like have a lengthy response. You
Yeah.
need to respond to 2 other people's thing and not just be like, I agree, hit send. Like you have to like not
Yeah.
debate
no.
with them, but you have to like concur with them and actually like give relevance as to why you would concur with them or why you think that they should change their belief or whatever. And when I finished my first year, dude, I was like super burnt out. But then I went into the summer, I had 3 or 4 classes. And I'm like, oh, it's summertime, dude. Like, I'm going to have plenty of time. At the time, I was laid off through the freaking summer. And I'm like, cool, you know? And I had no idea what I was getting into. I did not know that they condensed those courses down into 6 weeks.
I remember how stressed you. I think this was like
Dude.
May or June, and you were like, were you going to school during COVID?
No, I was
20
working. I didn't go to school
When?
until
Okay.
2021.
I'm trying to think. There was like I don't know if we were playing like Xbox or we were like we were talking about something, and I wouldn't hear from you for days, and then you text back, and then I wouldn't hear from you for days, and then you text back, and I'm like, what is this fool doing, bro? And I finally, I think I just called you, and you're like, I'm sitting here looking at this stupid fucking computer.
Dude, I swear, I probably have spent more time behind a computer than I have a TV, and I have watched a fuckload of TV in my life. Like, I know in the summertime when I took those classes, I had microeconomics, environmental economics. I had math, and then I had another class too. I think it was English or something like that. And I remember microeconomics, I had homework every single night along with math.
Mhm.
And microeconomics, my lectures were 2 hours long, and the homework assignment took me about 3 hours long. So as soon as I got done watching, I remember like, and they space it out through the week, right? They'll just give you it all, and you can just do it as you go. I remember I let microeconomics go, and I had like 7 hours of lectures that I had to watch, and I sat there for 7 hours in front of my computer screen. So I'd wake up early. I'd wake up at like 6 o'clock in the morning, log right on my computer. Next thing I know, it's dark, and I'm like, the fuck? I didn't have a summer, dude. Legitimately did not have a summer. And
Jeff,
I remember like just
how do you
being
do that,
burnt
Jeff?
out.
I mean, just being a dad, going to work and school. Like, how do you manage? Like, this man just said he has 7 hours worth of stuff. Like, that would be you doing an hour
Dude, I don't do none
a day.
When they post those videos, man, I'm watching none of that, bro. I just acknowledge it because you can just hit this acknowledge button, and I'm like fine without that, bro. I'm just
Jeff's like, I'm fixing to wing this shit real quick.
Turn the headlights off, and I'm hitting 80, bro. Like, I don't care. Like, it's.
I mean,
I can't do the lectures, man. Like, and I'm not really in like lecture based courses though. You know, like I don't think I've had a course where there's lectures yet, so I don't really. I mean, dude, I just get up early, man.
There's some
Chiller's over there like, just you fucking wait. It's coming.
It's coming, brother. It's that green weenie's coming, but it comes in an educational form. It's
Yeah.
because there's some classes like You can it's super easy. You pull up the textbook online, and then there's like the homework or the quiz, and then you literally can just control F and you can find like keywords, and then it'll say it just like boom,
That's what I do.
there's the answer. That's a lot of what I did, but the economics class that I had, I found out when I went to go take my first test. I got 2 attempts on each test, and the first one I failed because he designed his test to be around his lecture. It's off of his words. They're not off of real shit in the real world of economics. It wouldn't be like,
Yeah.
hey, what is this? How do you determine the value of a tree or a natural resource? No, it doesn't go off of a formula outside. He'll be like, this is what you need to do, blah, blah, blah. And then he would verbatim write that on the test. And that's how I
So
found out. I'm
basically,
like,
if you
I
didn't-
can't skip the lectures.
Yeah, if you didn't do the lecture, you're gonna bomb that test.
If you
every
did
time.
not do the lecture in that class, you are going to fail. And honestly, I was
Damn.
shocked that I think out of all the classes, I got A's in every single class, couple B's. In one class I got a C, and that was math. Because I graduated with honors. And I was shocked, dude, because like I was a C average student in high school. I went into the Marine Corps. I learned a lot of life lessons and what to do and what not to do with alcohol and firearms, but I didn't learn anything educational. So when I went into college,
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I'm with these 19 to 20-year-old kids that are way ahead of me because they just got fresh out of high school, and I was the oldest person at my graduation. I was one of the very yeah, dude. I was one of the
Who's this
very
old
few-
ass?
There was I lied. There's one guy that was in front of me at my graduation that was clearly in his like 40s. So he was
Yeah.
doing it part-time, but I like didn't get a chance to talk to him, but I was going to say like, "Hey, what's your story? Like, did you piece this together over the years, or like did you just decide to do it one day?" But like, yeah, I was one of the few. I remember they put us all in this waiting room before we walked out into the arena, and I'm like looking around, and it's all these fucking young kids like using lingo that I don't understand, like fucking fax and printer and no cap. That shit's fire.
It's
I'm
just
like-
can I get my damn diploma?
I'm like, dude, I'm too old for this shit. I'm already in that generation that hates young people. And I'm like looking around, and they're all talking about like their crazy stories of drinking alcohol at their like local mom and pop bar. And I'm like, dude, if you even knew what me and my buddies did in Okinawa, like, or you know, our stories would put you to shame, like stuff like that.
So-
And then I was like one of the few that had a beard. Like I walked in, and I swear to God, I was the most uncomfortable I felt in my life because I just watched all these kids like look at me like, what the fuck is this old timer doing here?
Yeah,
I'm
you
like,
creep.
dude, like, hey man, I had to put my life on hold for 4 years, you dicks.
So this is a good topic. I like this because I can see it both ways. What is y'all's point of view? Not necessarily like needing a college degree, but like college as a whole. Do you think it's a crock of shit, or do you think it's like you should have college because it teaches you X, Y, and Z?
I think college used to be
just don't put the money part in there.
No,
like
no, no.
if college was free,
if college was free, even if it wasn't free, because it's not, even if you had to go to college for something, I still think that college is very important. However, I think you need to do your research, right? The problem is a lot of these kids, I'm one of them, I'm sure you guys are too, that was thrusted down our throats when we were in high school saying you need to go to a 4-year college. You need to go get a
Yeah.
bachelor's degree to excel in life. I'm here to tell you that's not fucking true. What will
Nope.
get you far in life is if you do your research and see what's out there. The pandemic was a great time to research jobs that were still in, still paying, still going out and doing things, right? Your electricians, your construction managers, your what is it? What was that other big one? Welders. Like there's things like that never stopped. So I think you need to do your research and see the trades are what's paying you. The trades are what's going to have the shortest amount of time in school, and you're going to get the biggest payback with the least amount of debt. But our problem is a lot of these kids are being told, hey, go out there and pursue your dreams, which by all means do that. But realize that if you're going to spend 40 grand a year on this prestigious school, but you're going for fucking art, you're probably going to be in debt the rest of your life and you're never going to find a job. It's never going to happen. Same thing with music. I love music, but I'm not going to get a degree in it because the likelihood of me being able to go work for a record label or a big band or anything like that, probably slim to none. So by all means, do what you want to do, but make sure it pays. Look at the job output of it. Look at the job placency of it. I went for applied management for project management, which has a high job placency. However, it was very difficult for me to find a job even as a supervisor because I have no written down experience within the civilian world. I only had military. Well, civilians don't look at military as much as they used to anymore. They used to be like, great, you were in for 4 years. That's awesome. But I need more than that. You need to be able to show me that you can use Microsoft Excel. You need to show me that you can use Microsoft Project and all this other stuff. And it's like, I haven't had any experience with that. It's like, oh, sorry, this guy has 5 years already over here, so I'm going over there with this guy. Sorry, thanks for replying. So
in a whole, you think college is important?
I think it's very important, but it just depends on where you go and what you're going to plan on doing. I'm telling you right now, I do believe that you should take a gap and to not go to college right away. Go out and get some life experience, man, because I'll tell you, I was way more mature than some of these kids that came in, even when I went to gunsmithing school and these kids from high school were coming in. And a majority of them, I think out of my class for when I joined, I think only 5 or 6 of us graduated and we started with like 35.
Dang.
So it's because no one's there to tell them when to wake up. No one's there to tell them, hey, you need to eat, you need to pay your bills, you need to go to class on time, you need to do your homework. No one's telling you to do that anymore in college. They just give you it and say, hey, get it done. And it's not like high school where you had your parents like getting your report cards and things like that and being like, why are you not doing well in math or why are you not doing well in science? You don't have that anymore. So I can tell you right now, out of all the people that I had that had life experience that were older, late 20s, a majority of them passed with flying colors and they passed as honor grads. They were like in the high 3.5s and some of them were even at that 4.0 level. There's very few of the younger kids that I knew that were very good at time management. But even in high school or even on this online degree, I met some people that were around my age that were doing the same thing. They were just getting their degrees and they had family and all these other things and they were piecing it together as they went along. But all those guys that I saw when they finally printed the honor list and I saw their names, they were all honor grads. And then you see these young kids and I watched them all go up on stage and get their diplomas. Like, great, that's awesome. You guys, you graduated, but I noticed all of them were super young and not a lot got on honors unless they applied themselves. So I think people need to go out there and get that a life experience, see what a hard day's work is, time management, saying like you got to be at work early. You're going to probably leave late. Bills got to get paid. You got to feed yourself. You got to go to the grocery store. You got to get shit done on your own. No one's going to have that drive or that motivation to tell you to do that shit, you know? I don't know if you feel the same way, Jeff, or not.
Yeah, man. I mean, so first, like, colleges, I don't know, man. You don't need it, dude. Like, I've done just as fine without it than I did need it. It's just I got to a point in my own professional career where I realized, hey, man, if I want to go like any higher management than what I am right now, like it does look better on your resume. All this is for me is just something to add to my resume. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't care about anything, bro. Like honestly, I mean, it's good for people that like want to get those good grades, bro. Hey, that C gonna get me a degree, boy. Like, I'm gonna tell you that. Like I don't I'm not doing it to really gain any life experience or knowledge out of it. Like, I don't care about making no friends on that thing, bro. Like, I'm in it just to pass, get that passing grade, and get that thing to add to my resume. That is it, man. Like, because mine, I'm not in applied management, but like business management, you know. So it's like just not really. They're not too far off, man. But even just being in it, dude, I'm just like looking back at it now, I'm just like, wow, dude. Like, if there was any other way for me to get this piece of paper, man, I would do it, you know. Like
For sure, yeah.
I don't know, man. Like it's cool, dude. I get it, but you know, like the one thing I'm 100% with Kale on is if you had to go to college, especially these young kids coming out of school right now, get in the trades, man. Because like there's gonna come a point in time where you're gonna have 900 people with communications degrees and 3 welders, but an absurd amount of welding work out there, or HVAC work, or electrical work, or plumbing work, or whatever. Like those jobs are dying, you know. I mean, they had a little bit of a spurt there because the trades like blew up, man. Like people are like, man, I can go climb pole, be a lineman and make $400K a year, or I could go do this, make $100K a year being a plumber or something like that. And so like the thing is, oh, you got to those programs, you don't just get into it and make like $100K. You know, you got to journeyman out. You know, you got to you got to put your time in. But you know, that's where you want to be, man. Is like working with your hands. You know, working with your back, working with your I mean, your mind too. But I mean, people don't want to work like that anymore. Everybody just wants to sit right here and do this and make podcasts and do YouTube and stream video games and all that. And there's nothing wrong with that, bro. If that's how you make money, bro, I'm jealous, honestly, man. Like I am.
Yeah, no shit.
Like I don't know how we feel about saying it, but like, you know, like Stone Mountain, right? Gets his ass up every morning, makes himself a good looking breakfast, you know, works out, does like the healthy thing. Then he gets on whatever video game is hot that day and plays it all day, and then spends time with his, like, those are like, I mean, I dream of that, man. Like honestly, but at the same time, reality is such that we still need blue collar people out here in this world, you know. And I'm willing to be that, and I make a good living doing it, man. And so it's like, I never went to college, I never needed it, and there's people that I know that went to college and don't eat, like they don't make it. They got the degree and then they don't even use it because they're like, oh yeah, I got a bum degree. Like Kale said, I got a degree in cultural art or something, and you're like, well, you about to be poor for a long time, buddy. You about to be poor for a long time.
Yeah, you better like the taste of ramen and food stamps, because that's what you're gonna live off of the rest of your life.
I'll say we, because we're fortunate enough to have the GI Bill, you know. I always wondered, like, who issues like student loans? Like, is it actual banks, or is there like certain?
Yeah, it's like it's financial institutions that you know, I don't know the big ones, but like Ally Bank and stuff like that will give you a loan.
It's not like
the crazy
Wells
thing
Fargo.
is what. Well, I mean, it probably could be. There's a different. So when you go to financial aid, like it depends on who the school goes through.
Okay.
The school's financial aids are set up with certain universities and colleges and stuff like that, and they're the ones that help you get approved. The problem is like student loans are not just to pay for the classes. When they tell you that it's going to cost like this amount a year, these students are pulling out like, so for instance, like my college I went to was like the third lowest like tuition in the state, because it's just it's a small town college with trades, and we're the only gunsmithing school in the state of Minnesota and like in the Midwest area. And I think our thing was like $9,000 a year. Pretty affordable, very cheap. And that's not including tools and having to buy the firearms and stuff. That's probably another $8,000. But these guys were taking out like $15,000 to $20,000 for the year so that they could pay their rent and groceries. And yeah, dude, like that's the thing. They had to pay. They had to take out extra because they weren't making enough. Yeah, well, because mom and dad weren't supporting them, like, or paying for them, and they didn't want to get a job. Like I knew a couple of my buddies, like they didn't have any pride issues, so they went and got jobs at like Walmart and Pizza Hut and stuff like that. Like they needed to pay bills, right? They just took a part-time job. But these other kids are just pulling out tons of money so they can live off it. And the sad reality of it is, and this is where our tax money is going, the sad part of it is a lot of those young kids got that money. They've never seen that amount of money in their bank account before. After
Called
that
out.
$10,000 clears, and then all of a sudden they got $10,000 left, they'll go out and they bought a shit ton of guns. They were partying all the time, drinking alcohol and beer. They'd go out and like buy stupid shit for their cars. They'd buy stupid shit. Like it'd be one of those things. Like we used to go out and be like, hey, we're gonna go golfing today. And one of the guys is like, I don't have clubs. It's like, oh, cool, that's fine. You can use mine. And he's like, nah, I'll just go buy some. And he drops like $1,000 on a fucking set. It's like, whoa. Like, have you ever golfed before? Like, do you even know you're like it? He's like, well, no, but I'd rather have my own clubs. It's like, oh, okay. Like,
It
says, so on consumersadvocate.com, it says College Avenue is ranked number 1 for student loans. SoFi, like SoFi Stadium,
nice.
they're ranked number 2. Sally Mae is ranked number 3. Ernest is ranked number 4. That's all it gives me right here. But it says College Avenue is the best overall, lowest rates starting at 3.99%. Best choice for individuals with cosigners.
Yeah, and here's the other thing too about these loans, right? These kids don't know anything about finance. They've never had a loan in their life. They don't know anything about paying it. They get them. They get these kids because they tell them like, "Hey, you don't have to pay while you're going through college." So you're getting, let's say you got 3 or 4 years. Yeah, it's $20,000 a year, and I get to like, I don't have to work, and I can whatever. I get summers off. This is great. What they don't tell you is, I think it's 6 months, 3 to 6 months after you graduate, you have to start making payments, and their payments are like $500 or $600 a month.
What actually happens? Let's just say Kale goes to college and has $50,000 in student loan debt, right?
Yep.
What happens if you die?
That's a
who pays that debt?
I don't know, but I do believe it goes to debt consolidation, and I believe it then passes on to your family.
Are you kidding me?
I don't know 100%.
Tragedy happens, and now your parents or your sister or your kid is responsible for paying your student debt.
I would imagine it's probably something along the lines like that person has some sort of life insurance or something that will cover that. But I'm guessing if they don't, that's the only thing I can think of. That money just doesn't go away. It's got to go somewhere.
Dude, that blows my mind.
I bet if it's a tragedy, like if you died in a car accident or something like that, and it wasn't your fault, like I'm sure there's like a way that the state will pay for it.
There's got to be some kind of forgiveness plan, right?
But if you were if you went out and like shot up the fucking town and shit like that or whatever, and you got killed by a police officer, I'm pretty sure they're gonna be like, yeah, that debt's going on to somebody else, man.
I'm about to freaking rack up student loans and fake my own death and get out of here.
I'm taking this 60 G's, boys, and I'm heading to the Bahamas.
Yeah.
They'll look back on it and they're like, oh, look, Jordan talked about this in a podcast. And he signed the papers where it said APR good. Now we're 350%, bro. Like, good luck, Corey.
Yeah, Corey's.
Well, and dude, the funny thing is with these kids, man, they get so pissed off at when they finish college because they're like, I can't fucking afford my student loans. It's like, dude, no one held a gun to your head and said you had to go to college. Like that whole bullshit with this administration saying they were going to do like the debt or whatever, the debt forgiveness for college, like up to $10,000 or whatever. That's bullshit, because there's people like me that I took 4 years of my life, destroyed my body, destroyed my mental health, and I got free college, free technically, right? And I got 2 degrees out of it. Yes, absolutely. But then it's like, you're going to give these people that went off and got stupid degrees $10,000, like cut me a check for $10,000 then, or give me back some of my GI Bill so I can go back to school again. That's super unfair. Right. Or what about the people that decided not to go to school? What about the people that decided they got an apprenticeship for welding or an electrician, didn't have to go to school? It's like, cut those people a check then. Like, that's the only fair thing. Like, these fucking people that pulled out money, like, you decided at some point, you sat down and signed paperwork that says, I agree to take this money out, and I'm going to pay it back. And if you're like, I can't pay it back, it's like, you didn't think about it. And that's really hard with our society, because we thrust that upon 18-year-olds so hard. like at
Dude,
18
you're
years
not
old, you don't.
knowledgeable at 18, man.
No, you do not know what the fuck you're gonna do the rest of your life at 18 years old.
No.
I'm telling you that right now.
No,
That-
dude.
18 years old.
See,
18-year-old
that's
me thought I was going to retire from the Marine Corps or drive NASCAR the rest of my life. And neither one of those fucking happened.
See, that's my biggest problem with college is like you finish high school and you're still a dumb fuckwad.
Yeah.
You don't know shit,
Mhm.
okay, about anything. And then they expect you to go to college and get a degree in what you want to be. That's
For
like
the rest-
asking
for
a
the rest of your
fucking
life.
third grader. It was like asking a third grader, what do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be an astronaut. You know, it's like, that's not fucking realistic, man.
Honestly, that's why it's a good thing I'm probably not in education anymore, especially if I was with the younger generation, because if someone came up to me and was like, yeah, I want to be an astronaut or a aerospace engineer, I'd be like, that's great, but that's really not obtainable unless you really get these fucking grades up because you're dumb as shit.
Well, I mean, just how unfortunate would it be to go and get your degree in whatever genre, and then that fucking field just tanks, right?
Right.
So now you just, let's just say you pulled out student debt. Now you're in debt with a fucking piece of paper that means nothing.
Dude, this is why you listen
And,
to people,
you know,
man.
well,
Okay,
and that's
yeah, obviously do your research big time.
Yeah.
honestly, I wish-
what research can you do at 18, bro? Like what do you know?
I'll tell you,
Yeah,
They need-
exactly.
they need
How
to
to
get-
be an entrepreneur.
they need to get more people, even like such as myself. I have no problem going to a high school and giving like a speech to these kids and telling them like, hey, you don't need to go to that 4-year college right away. Go to a community college that's going to cost
Mhm.
super cheap.
Yep.
Get your damn generals done. Do it
Yeah.
online, and then go work a job, get some money saved up, then transfer your stuff over to that 4-year college, and then get that degree that you want. You are going to cut your payments in half. But
Yep.
that's the thing is, they want to go with their buddies. They want to go fucking party and shit. And it's just like, it's so fucking stupid. It's like,
And think about how much you change from 18 to, let's just say you graduate at 22.
right. Because
Sorry, let's just say 23. You changed
Yeah.
so much in 5 years that what you picked at even, let's just say 20,
Dude,
like it
This
may
is,
not even be
uh,
that. And you know what I mean?
this is where you get
I
into the
didn't even-
conspiracy side of it, dude. Like think about
I
it.
did-
Oh, it's conspiracy.
Yeah, they pitch
I'm
you in at
interested.
18,
You got me.
bro. They pitch you in at 18. You have no idea except what you think you want to do for the rest of your life. You're like I'll use my sister for example, right? Good at math, likes numbers. I'm going to be an accounting and finance or an accounting major, right? Gets
Yeah.
into it, gets so far into the program. Like in her senior year in college, she was like, I don't want to do this. But I'm so far into it already. If I start over again,
stuck.
I got to take more money out. I have to finish this program. When like a lot of her like generals, right, her general eds would have probably transferred her over into another, and she might have had an extra year on top of her senior programs, right, or on top of her senior year. But she was stuck because she was in this position where I got no more resources, right? Like, you know, my
Yeah.
parents didn't pay, you know, like when I graduated high school and when she graduated high school, it was like military, college. We're not paying or doing anything for either one, right? My parents didn't save money for me to go to college. Nothing like that, man. So, and I decided in my senior year that I was joining the Marine Corps anyways. But the thing that's trippy about this whole situation is think about like high schools, man. Like how many high schools are just in your town? Like where I live, there's only one, right? But in the Spokane area, right, in my town, there's one, but in the Spokane area, there's probably 20, 25, you know, high schools, maybe. Like there's quite a bit of
Yeah.
schools, and then middle schools, elementary schools. So you're telling me, let's just say in the Spokane area, there's probably 100, let's say 100 to make it easy, right? Those 100 schools, how do they pay their light bill? Or how do those superintendents and teachers and cooks and janitors and maintenance people, how do they all get paid, right? Like think about that. That money comes from somewhere, you know, for all those people to get paid. So if that education for 12 years of your life, right, costs you not one single, it costs you no penny to pay the school if you go to public or state funded schooling, right? If you go to public school, it doesn't cost your parents a freaking dime, dude. At hundreds of schools, thousands, tens of thousands of schools across the country, education is occurring, learning is occurring, right? For $0 cost out of pocket. So why?
Well, I mean, it is taken out of your pocket, but not directly.
Not directly
Oh,
to
you're
the
paying the
institution,
school.
bro.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
directly to the institution. If you're in
You're
public
paying
school,
it
bro,
as a community. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, like you talk taxes, I guess, right? Like,
Yeah.
but then why isn't there a piece of that for college, bro? Like, why over the course of one summer break it goes from like costing the person going or attending that school $0 to the next year you're in debt out your ass, man. And then these programs just don't make sense, man. Like these they don't make sense, bro. Like they need to be more directed towards what like Kill, if you're like I want to be in management, or I want to be a nurse, or I want to be an engineer, from day one, bro, be learning about engineering or about being a nurse or learning about something else. Like I don't want to take any
all that
electives,
bullshit.
bro. I don't want no electives. I don't want to know. That's not what I'm interested in. Like, like granted, I'm in a management course, right? So like I have to do like these English like writing classes and psychology and all that. But I'm like, I don't care about any of that. Like, give me the juice, man. Give me the beans, bro. Like, give me the meat and potatoes of my degree. That's what I want to learn. All this cultural advancement crap isn't what I wanted to go to school for. I care nothing about any of that, you know? But the thing is, they have to keep a student's butt in that seat for 4 years to maximize the cash cow off the back of that student. They have to, bro. Like the courses that you take in college, I'd say per like program, right? Or let's say program dependent, you're in it less than 2 years, man, to learn. Because you're telling me guys like plumbers, HVAC, welders, electricians, man, like whatever other trade there is, right? Like iron workers,
Mechanics.
whatever, right? All the blue collar trades, right? Even like if you wanted to go down to Texas to the Neighbors Training Center, right, and learn how to be like a rig hand or whatever, you're talking 12 weeks to a year on any of those programs. And then you get into your apprenticeship, right? You're learning, you're on the job training. You're learning like stuff related to the end goal pretty much, right? Like you're not going to work being like, "Oh, this is film class. Like let's watch films from 1920." Like, no, dude, I don't give a crap about none of that, dude. Like I want to learn what I'm going to make money doing.
Right.
The thing is, they have to like colleges, dude. They get to write everything off, right? Like, and I only know this because I live in a college town, like Eastern Washington University is the reason why Cheney is here, right? Eastern Washington University pays nothing to the state or the city of Cheney. Like, they don't pay like property taxes or whatever. They contribute nothing to the community because some agreement was signed however many decades ago that they bring enough commerce to the city of Cheney that they shouldn't have any like backdoor like taxes and stuff. Yeah. So like really what they're doing is they're sitting in Cheney outside of the city of Spokane, just milking the cash cow, man. Just come here for $12,000, $13,000, $14,000 a year base, right? That doesn't include anything else. That's just the tuition fee, you know, room and board and all that other crap, you know. It's like these schools are making, dude, disgusting amounts of money, man. Like disgusting. And they're paying these professors $100,000 to sit there on their freaking chair and toot their own opinion, right? I heard that. Where did I hear that from? Like the other day, it was like, man, if teachers would just stop teaching opinion and get back to teaching the textbook, you know.
I think we were just talking about that in
that was the last podcast. You guys last. Hey, teach the freaking textbook, man. When you're at a professor level, dude, I've had professors, man, that would sit there and just, you're like, wow, man. I had this one history teacher, man. He was like, hey, I have to get you from slavery to the 1950s. He's like, and they told me I could take any approach that I wanted. I just have to get you from slavery or was it from Columbus? It was from one of the two, way back to the 1950s. I just have to get you there. And so he did it all from the view or the angle of a slave. Like how American history looked through the eyes of slaves.
Yeah.
And I was like, and granted, I'm not saying I'm bad, bro, but I'm saying like, this is American history, bro. Like what how weird is that? And it was a different angle. It's a pretty interesting class, man. But I was just sitting there and I was like, I want another class, man. This sucks, dude. Like,
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that just because, obvious reasons. I'm just saying it like it was not an easy course, man, to listen to because it was all opinion. All of it was opinion.
Yeah, I dealt with that a lot in my bachelor's degree. A lot of classes, a lot of discussions. We're very left leaning, let's put it that way.
Oh yeah.
Especially because everything's supposed to be moving to green. So I wrote a lot of fucking papers on why solar panels, why electric cars would benefit. It's like I didn't get a fucking option to say, hey, I'm opposed to the Green Deal. Like I'm opposed to this. I had to write about a lot of shit that I had to tap into that other side of my brain that I don't ever use. And
Right.
I think that was super frustrating for me, man, because I went against a lot of shit that I believed in just so I could get a fucking grade.
Dude.
Well, so the counterpart to that though, okay? So I get it. I think we all have the same I won't say it, but I'll say
ideologies.
it. Yeah, we do. We all have the same thought process of where us three stand. But I do think that maybe the whole time you're in college shouldn't be like that. But that's good to get that side and make you think that side. Because I'll tell you right now, when it comes to politics,
Yep.
Just because they're on the other side of that isn't meaning like me, like, oh, fuck them. I like to read into what they're trying to approach.
Yeah.
I may not agree with it, but I like to see, well, maybe, hey, okay, hold on. Maybe they have something here. Do I agree with their whole stance? No. But is there some key points in there where I'm like, okay. So I do think that, in college or whatever in life, getting that other side is okay, but not the whole fucking time, because now they're trying to convert you to something that you're not.
Well, yeah, and I agree. Like that's generally how I am. I'm a genuinely curious person, so I look into things and I want to see. I see it from. I will literally look at both sides before I make a determination of what I believe in or what I feel should go down that route.
For sure.
And that's kind of where I'm on that libertarian conservative line, because it's like I do see points from the left side. Like the left side tends to make some decent points sometimes, but their thought process behind it or their beliefs behind it, it's like you don't have proof or facts to back it up. I can see where you're coming from, but you're thinking more from an emotional standpoint, not from a logical standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where it's like,
they'll give you this idea, and then the idea sounds great,
right?
But how to get that to that idea is complete bullshit.
Well, yeah, it's like the electrical car. It'd be great if I could still tow my boat or tow anything long distance without having to charge. I think it's a great idea, but it's never going to happen. Natural resources are never going to go away. Gas-powered engines, diesel-powered, it's never going to go away. You can limit it, but you can't get rid of it. And with the Green Deal, what we were learning about, like there was something really cool that I back behind is a lot of buildings by the year of 2030 need to be like 99% green efficient. And I think that's cool because like the way you recycle water, the way that you recycle waste, like things like that, like very beneficial for the environment, like 100%. Like, yeah, that's cool. That's the way it should have been. Like we can't be dumping toxic water into the fucking Mississippi River, even though I can tell you right now, all of Minneapolis is fucking doing that right now. There's a
You're trying to
reason
look
why,
like motor oil, bro.
dude.
Motor oil in that river, dog.
It's so
Send that
gross,
to the
dude.
refineries, dog.
Dude, dude, the Mississippi up here is beyond gross. Like nobody up here
flammable,
swims
dude.
in that shit. It's like, dude, it's shit. It's like that's a shit. You're like, if you want to derust a penny, like you just dump it in the fucking Mississippi River and it'll come out nice and shiny. But like, you don't need Coke. You just need fucking Mississippi water. But
Disgusting.
Mississippi mud.
But yeah, like we had discussions and stuff too. Like sometimes the teacher would open it up to the floor and be like, "What do you think about this?" Like we had a really good discussion, and I'll never forget this. I didn't actually know that Mike Pence was a part of this, but Mike Pence, when he was the governor of Indiana, they had a clean needle deal, and it was a huge debate. It was like they had a huge issue with people getting HIV and AIDS due to like dirty needles, using heroin or whatever, like drugs. So they actually did a free needle exchange situation, and Mike Pence was actually heading that up, where he wanted people to say, hey, if you're going to do it, like do it clean so that way you don't raise AIDS and HIV and spread it onto other people. And that was a freaking huge debate between the conservatives and the liberals. And we had to take a stance on it. It's like, hey, what would you do? And I was like, God, that's such a controversial thing. Like, I don't want people doing drugs. I think drug dealers are like scum of this earth. But I also don't want them to spread AIDS or HIV. You think about it from a single person's perspective, going out there, dating somebody, you have no idea what that person is. You have no idea what their health is. You decide to have sexual intercourse with that person. Next thing you know, they're like, oh, by the way, I have AIDS. And it's because I do use dirty needles. It's like that could have been prevented with free needle exchange. So it's like, that's a freaking huge thing that stuck with me. And I'm like, still to this day, I think about it all the time. I'm like, if I was in politics, I really don't know which way I would stand on that. That is so hard to do. So hard.
Can you imagine if they had that ideal, right? The idea of during COVID.
Oh, dude, I couldn't even tell you like
that thought process.
That whole,
well, if you're gonna do it, at least do it this way. Like
right.
They're saying it's okay to do it, but do it safely.
Right.
What if they had that same thought process during COVID?
Yeah,
why was that just thrown out?
Well, and that's because the administration that took over and had to handle COVID did it poorly.
Yeah.
And forcing the mandate. I'll tell you right now, if they didn't ever force the mandate of getting the vaccination in military or in professions, even I had to go get the poke, dude. It sucked. Like it went against everything I believed in. I'm like, I don't want to get a fucking vaccination, but I also didn't want to get a Q-tip shoved up my nose every fucking day and bleed from my nose. So I was like, I'll just
we know how those work.
Yeah, it's like I'll just get the poke, like whatever. And I got just the initial round, and I never got the boosters. And I know people right now that they're on their like fucking third or fourth booster, and they're still getting COVID. It's like,
Joe
how
Biden.
do you feel now? Yeah, it's like,
I mean, does he really have COVID? I don't know, but
supposedly
he has COVID.
Supposedly, I haven't even. Well, you saw him speak the other night. I haven't fucking seen.
He supposedly has COVID with 4 boosters, and they said that in 2021, if you got multiple boosters, that you were never going to get COVID.
Well, and it's like, if they'd have just done it correctly and said, hey, we have a vaccine out there. It's like the flu, right? You don't have to get a flu shot. You don't.
No, it's not mandatory.
Unless you're in the military, then they make you get it. But you don't need to get a flu shot. So if you don't want to get a flu shot, don't get it. They should have done the same thing with COVID. We have a COVID vaccination. It hasn't been proven out 100% yet, but if you feel the need to get it, go get it. And
they did do that. They did do that, and there was some professions that were like, "Nah, you have to get it, or else you're going to get shit canned," right? But for the everyday person, you didn't have to get it, So I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm saying from a profession standpoint, they should have just let people, hey, it's up to you if you want to get it. But if you get COVID, just letting you know you're going to be out of work for a little bit. And
or don't come to work.
But that's the thing. Even after we got the poke, like we were still told if we got COVID, you have to be out of work for 2 weeks. But we still got paid. So I was like, okay, totally understandable. But I never got COVID. I still haven't got COVID. I'm like, I've been around people that have had COVID and I still haven't got it. So it's like,
Jeff and I are about to box that shit up and send it to you.
That's fine. Send it my way. I still, dude, that Flintstone gummy I had when I was 6 is still fucking kicking strong.
Still kicking, dude. Still
Yes.
kicking.
That's
Still
that
kicking.
fucker. That sucker's powerful, bro. But yeah, dude, it's just it's really stupid how they handle that whole situation, and that's probably the problem that we're having with obviously this election right now. Is that side is really looking really bad right now because they handle things really piss poorly. And honestly,
Oh, they
I'm
just
super-
lied, bro.
I'm
They've just lied
super-
about so much.
I'm super fucking ashamed that my governor is in the running for the new vice presidency nomination. And he's like been posting about it. Apparently, he's like, I'm super excited. We handled things really well here in Minnesota. It's like, you handled things like shit, bro. The riots was a
All the
fucking
riots, yeah.
catastrophe.
that was all you
The-
guys, bro. You fucking
That
bastards.
fucking those cities were burning down, and you didn't do shit. You didn't reprimand anybody on those things. You didn't fucking go after. He went after small businesses for staying open because they were just trying to keep the lights on, and they were still following policies.
Dude,
That fucker,
they
like,
don't reprimand
COVID,
anybody
dude.
for anything now. Those
I know.
motherfuckers just burn the American flag at Capitol
Dude,
Hill,
I'll
and
tell you right-
nothing happened to them.
I didn't know about that until you said something like, "Bro, are you seeing what's going on at the Capitol?" And I
Oh,
was
it's
like, what are you talking about?
fucking
And notice,
hot, bro.
dude, I'm beyond fucking pissed. I don't care what your beliefs are. Like, that's fine. Part of the First Amendment is speech, right? Or is freedom of speech, freedom of protest. It's one of the most American things you can do. But don't deface and destroy national monuments because you think that it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And on top of that, you've got these fucking young people that are like yelling out, white people yelling out fucking Allahu Akbar, whatever, fucking praising
Praise
their
Allah.
praise Allah, yeah, praise Allah and blah blah blah. I literally, if I was there, I'd be like, go to Palestine, go to fucking Israel. If you really want to make a difference, go over there and see how it is. I guarantee you, your ass is going to be back in the States in a couple of days, or
Bro,
maybe
you'd
a
be-
couple
you'd
of
be
hours,
running back.
or you're dead, or
Running
you're gonna
back,
die.
bro.
I don't know if y'all saw it, but there was the big flag that they burned, the American flag. There was a gentleman that went over there and picked it up,
I
and he
saw
was
that.
walking off, and
and
they
they tried to-
chased his ass and tried to
Yeah.
beat him up. And it's like,
But the craziest
What?
thing about that whole fucking situation, and it still pisses me off, where was the National Guard? Where was barely any law enforcement was there, and they were getting their ass kicked. But the biggest thing that bugs the shit out of me, they're not labeling that as a fucking domestic terroristic fucking attack.
they did.
But they
did.
labeled January 6th as the fucking as
Yeah.
an extremist attack. What?
Yeah.
They flipped desk and broke a few chairs.
Yeah.
Like, I understand they took it way above what they needed to, but then you got these fucks that are spray painting on national monuments and shit and raising another country's flag on our fucking capital. What?
I did hear today Trump made a statement that basically said if you burn an American flag like inappropriately, that he's gonna push to get 1 year jail sentence time.
Good, man.
I'd be like, bro, you're getting the death penalty. That's where I'm at. We need to bring. I'll tell you right now. Bring back some.
Don't kill
frickin-
him. Don't kill him.
Bring
Just
back some public hangings for these traitors, man. I'm
just
tired
ship
of that
them,
shit.
dude. Just ship them out of the country. They clearly don't want to be here. They clearly don't represent America. So if you burn the American flag, you should be. You know what? Hey, you have option A, go to jail for a year, or option B, go to where you were supporting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We'll just go over there and just smell the air. You'll come right back. Dude.
We will 100% get your ass over there.
Go touch the sand real quick. Let us know how
Yeah,
it
no,
is.
yeah. She don't smell
have a
good over
one-way
there,
flight.
man.
Yeah.
We'll pay for the flight over there, but your return, that's all on you, buddy.
Yeah, figure it out. You want to do that shit here and act like an idiot? Hey, go to the jailhouse or see you later. You know? I just don't understand. I just don't understand, like, as a country as a whole. And it pisses me off to see, like, the news media, bro. They're just fucking standing there recording the shit. And they're not even a part of that rally. And they're doing fucking fuck all about it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, so you're so fucking scared. You're not scared to report the shit and blow it out of the water, but you're also not American enough to go pick up that fucking flag or stop what's happening? Put down your fucking microphone, put down your fucking camera, put down your little fucking whatever, and do something about it if you're so American.
And it was a white guy that fucking set the flame of that. It's like,
I mean, dude, I get it, man,
dude.
but it doesn't have anything to do with your skin color, man. There's so many people, all walks of life, that praise Allah, bro. Like, that's just their religion. That would be like saying a black person couldn't be a Christian. You know what I mean?
That guy wasn't. You could clearly tell he didn't follow the ways of Allah. He didn't follow Islamic law.
No, I'm not saying there's people out there that are fake of the funk, man. They're like, oh, my friend's going over here. You want to go over too? Yeah, we're all gonna go fucking pull down the American flag. Yeah, it's gonna be great. You want to come? Even though they don't walk that line of, worship, right? But it's just, dude, that can't happen again, man. Like, that, you do that in a Republican state, there's gonna be a lot of people dead.
A lot
of people dead.
You do that anywhere else in any other country, dude. You are looking at
that's what
serious.
Fucking Trump said, bro. He's like, you can't do that in Russia. You can't do that in China. You know why? Because they're fucking scared to do something like that.
Right.
That fear is not here anymore. That's the problem. People think they can just do whatever the fuck they want because, oh, I have freedom of speech. I have freedom of speech. You have a freedom to shut the fuck up too.
Be like, yeah, and you haven't
exercise that one.
Fucking shit to have those rights. But there's a lot of people that died for that, for you to have that right, and you are completely forgetting about that. And especially like that flag stands for a symbol of freedom and like freeing the oppressed. It is not there to be burned and mocked and saying that we're fucking these terrible people. Like, do we have a shady past with our history? Yeah.
For sure.
What country doesn't? Look at Germany, dude. Shady. They did 2 fucking world wars, and you don't see them fucking with their heads hanging low saying, you know what? Yeah, like, they don't have nationalism. Like, they don't have pride in their country anymore. Like, there was a German foreign exchange student that was talking about it on TikTok. I saw, he's like, yeah, it's crazy to see so many American flags because in Germany we don't fly our flag because we have no national pride. Because he made a joke. He's like, last time we had pride, there was 2 world wars. So I'm like, that's kind of funny, dude. But he knew it though, dude. That's the thing. He knew it. And I think the world right now is looking at the United States as we are weak.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
We are so weak and we are so soft and brittle. And it's like, dude, this is not the America that I grew up with. No. The America I grew up with was hard work, built off the backs of trades and hardworking people. And if you dared talk bad about fucking America, you were getting your ass beat. There wasn't an American flag that wasn't in a front yard.
You want to know the root of all of this? I'll give you one guess if you can guess the root of all of this.
Well, I could think of a couple, but I don't know which one is probably on your mind.
Give me one that you think is probably number one.
Number one is we failed our generation with our kids and the educational institution. Stopping the Pledge of Allegiance and then giving the floor to opinionated teachers.
Okay. Jeff, what do you got? What do you think is the main rule of all these fucking people just coming in and disgracing the flag and shit?
What do I think is the number one reason behind it?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I would say Obama. I don't know. No, honestly, man, I think Kale's kind of on the right track, dude. It's like, when we started taking God out of the equation, stopped saying like, or being, stop being American. Like, every day, I remember when I was in school, man, it was every day. In the morning, you got up and you said the Pledge of Allegiance, man.
Yeah.
Every day, bro. Like, and it was no script, no, everybody knew it. Nobody was sitting down. Nobody was none of that. Nobody was kneeling for the flag. Maybe it was Colin Kaepernick. Maybe that's who it was. I'm gonna say that. That's the root of all of this. Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah. Colin Kaepernick. I'll say. What
does Theo Vaughn call him?
Throws a Parks.
Throws a Parks. So funny, dude.
He calls him Throws a Parks.
Yeah, Throws a Parks, homie.
Yeah. But no, I will say y'all are right. I agree with y'all 100%, dude. We've got it. We've gotten so far away from being American. But here recently, I 100% believe it's the border. Like 100% believe that
Yeah.
the influx of all this bullshit has to do with the border. All their homies are coming.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's 13 million that have crossed the border now.
Dude, tell me, all right, real quick, dude. Tell me how crazy. I've been talking about this at work all week, bro. Like, all week. Dude, this is how this election's going to go down. Trump's winning by a landslide, dude. Trump's winning. Landslide. Dude. There's no way. There's no way Kamala Harris is beating DJT, bud. There's no way. But listen,
think about
this is what's going to happen. He's going to landslider, dude. Landslider. Last minute. Shit, we done found 15 billion votes for Kamala Harris, you know, like out of the middle of nowhere. There's going to be like, and just in Kamala Harris or whoever they're going to put on that pedestal, man. Like
3:45 in the morning. Yeah.
Golly, dude. That's we're going to go to bed on November 4th or whatever day it is. I don't know, but knowing that Donald Trump is going to be our president again, and we're waking up with a freaking,
I'm not going to be able to sleep.
Whatever she is in the Oval Office, man. And it's just so wild, bro. Like how to pass on like the torch, right? Like they were talking all this crap about like passing the torch. I'm like, yeah, because she fits the agenda, bro. Like because it went from the Obamas to a little interruption with Donald Trump and tried to like make things right again. Now it's back to Joe Biden, and now they're gonna pass it on to somebody that can sit in that office and
be a puppet, dude,
and say, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. Like, dude, if you really thought that Joe Biden was running this country, bro, he can't even run his own 2 damn feet, bro. Like, you think he's running a whole ass country?
Hey, I will say,
get out of here.
I will say, I saw a video of him give a speech in 2019, and then I saw him. Obviously, you know, they did the speech here recently, the debate. Dude, in 5 years, that man has tanked, like mentally and like physically, just completely fucking aged in 5 years.
Dude,
like it's bad.
Dude, look at him with like when he was Obama's VP. Dude,
yeah.
He was a complete like sunglasses,
completely different person,
smoking and completely different person, bro. They're about to 25 that dude, man. Like, what are you talking about, bro?
Oh,
they're about
to
they're kicking that dude out. He's done, bro.
But like, that's the only reason they're kicking him out, bro, was because of the debate. Everybody got to see.
That was the
everybody got to see how fucking stupid he is.
Make him look. Here's one thing that I found and senile, and he's out, bro. Like,
yeah, and let's corrupt the last 6 months and hopefully win the election.
Here's one thing I found interesting, because I've been, like I said, I'll dig into the other side to see why they would be even voting for Kamala. And there's a couple things that lead right back to the Obama administration. And a lot of them is, well, she's a woman. It's the same thing with Obama. It's because he was of black descent. Oh, we're going to vote for him. It's like, well, okay, did you look into his policies? Because his skin color should have nothing to do with why you're voting for that person. Same thing with the gender. It's funny, too, because it's coming from the side that doesn't believe in genders. So you're voting for a woman, but you can't even define what a woman is on that side. And on top of that, looking at what she said in the past, she called 19 to 24-year-olds dumb, idiot kids. And she has no criteria to stand on as to being the president. Like, none whatsoever. Yeah. And the other thing that was brought up as a good point is Nancy Pelosi and Schumer run that side. They are the leaders of the Democratic Party, not the president. And the thing was,
don't forget,
somebody brought up a really good point. Yeah, but somebody brought up a great point. Why is Kamala all of a sudden getting the nomination or the ticket for the Democratic Party? Why wasn't this voted for? We had to vote for Donald Trump. We had to vote for who we wanted as our nominee. Why didn't they do that now? This was planned, dude. This was all planned.
Dude, that's
they knew this was going to happen.
They're taking over the presidency, bro. Kamala Harris is going to become president for the next 6 months, right? Or whatever. What is it? 6 months? Damn, bro. No, it's not like 5 months, man. 4 months. Because we're almost in August. August, September, October.
Well, no. She will be if they 25 him, she'll stay in until January, until Donald Trump officially takes.
Yeah, that's right.
It's just the election.
Dude, watch for the next 4 months. If it happens, the next 4 months, the economy is gonna boom. Interest rates are coming down. Gas is going down. Watch, dude. Watch this country just flip on a dime, and she's just gonna stand there like, look what I've done for you.
Yeah.
Look what I've done. And dude, she wins this round, bro. Dude, you thought the worst happened, bro. The worst is going to happen, man. Like,
yeah, well, that's like Hillary 2.0, dude.
For Americans, I should say, for good red blood, still bleeding Americans, right? Like, it's not going to be a good time if she comes in office, man, because she's already said guns are gone, bro. She's coming for him, dude. Like,
she can try.
If she can try, yeah, but
I don't have any guns, so I don't know what guns they would take.
Accident.
Yeah. Oh no, actually,
you don't remember when we went? We don't remember when we went to that one lake, and we were like,
I
bringing our
remember
guns
very
from
well.
one lake to the other.
I lost everything.
Yeah, me too.
This was a tragedy.
Yeah, it was like, dude, it was like 300 feet deep, man. I don't even remember how, like, we couldn't even like dive in for him.
Dude, you guys decriminalized methamphetamine in Washington State. So this junkie guy come up in my house, said, "Give me all your guns. I'm gonna stab you with this needle." And so I said, "Take him, bro." He took him. I think his name was Ricky, dude. You might be able to catch him still, but he's gone that way, dude. I don't know where he went.
Yeah, his footprints are probably still hot, dude. He just left like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah,
like you could probably still get
I think
some
he had a
stuff.
dog with him. You got a very good chance of finding him.
You see a guy with a dog, you better ask him for my guns back.
He rolled up in like one of those Kia Souls. I know there's like probably 30 of them like are on the street alone, but he's around somewhere.
I saw the greatest meme today. Oh my god, it was somebody pulls up to your house in a Nissan Altima, and
it's just like regular bullets.
Regular bullets, and it says somebody shows up to your house in a Suburban.
It's armor piercing. Dude, I shit you not. I know I got buddies of mine that are like that, dude. They have 2 different loadouts. They're like, well, this one's just in case, like, normal riding, and that's like this one's in case there's some level 4 plates that are involved. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, bro! Like, holy shit,
bust
dude.
out the 50 cal and let's go, dude.
Oh, dude, my buddy's got one of them, and he's like, yeah, man, this is where I set up my compound. I'm like, you're fucking Jesus Christ. Dude. I'm like, you're giving a bad rep for the rest of us, bro.
Yeah, when they come to your house, bro, do not mention my name.
Yeah, bro, I don't roll with you when it comes to that shit. No, don't.
No.
Like,
but hey, if we have a zombie apocalypse, I'm coming to your house.
Yeah, bro, I'll roll with you any day of the week. But you get yourself involved in some shit, especially when the shit hasn't hit the fan and martial law isn't declared yet. Like, I'm sorry, bro, you're on your own, dude.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Fucking power by numbers only happens when the rest of us are involved. But it's just you, dude. It's just you.
Yeah, you're solo dolo on that one, buddy.
Yeah, dude. Tell you what, I'll go to the range for you though, and I'll practice this week just to be sure. Can you tell me how many agents they sent?
Yeah,
25.
25. Shit,
how many was there?
Big crowd.
Okay, it was busy. Okay, real busy.
Can you tell me?
Do you know how fast they pulled up?
Yeah. Do you know how much reaction time you had to get off the couch and put on your kit? Could you give me like some rough numbers? Do you know what possibly those armor piercing rounds did to that black Suburban?
Strictly asking for a friend, not me.
Yeah, no, by no means do I want to know. I don't want to know anything about this. I'm just generally curious.
Yeah, for a friend. It's for a friend.
It's for a friend. It's for you. You don't know him, but
I'm not asking for me. It's for a friend. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I met him in college. Great guy.
Great guy.
Great guy. We used to have study group together.
Yeah.
He actually goes.
He's actually one of my professors. He's one of my professors. You can talk to him. Yeah. You can call him right now. He's still there. Yeah. His name's Dave.
Definitely doesn't. Yeah, Dave. Definitely rhymes with Dave.
Yeah. Dude, that'd be so messed
up.
Yeah,
man. Good. This freaking world this world's nuts, man. It's actually really sad to see how far we have truly fallen.
Yeah, literally. Don't say how far we've come, bro, because we done we turned around and went the other way. Like
it's that
U-turn.
cycle. It's that cycle, dude. Right? Like hard times create hard men create or like war or whatever, create good times create soft men create hard times, and it's a repeating cycle. And now we are unfortunately in that cycle where everybody's soft, and now everything's got to be given to you, and you gotta, you don't have to work for fucking anything, and now we're creating hard times for the rest of us. And so it's dude, it's gonna get bad, man. It's gonna get worse before it gets better. And I'm keeping my head low, man. I'm going to Trump's rally on Saturday here in Minnesota, and even that's kind of like shit, dude. Like,
bring a chair.
Yeah,
sit down.
It's not outside. It's inside an arena, and I read up.
Yeah, he's not doing any more outdoors.
He's not doing any more outdoors. It's all indoors, and it's only 6,000 people that it can hold. So I got we got our reservation, but the doors open at 3, and the event doesn't start till 7. So we have to like get there by like 2:00 if we think we're gonna get into that door.
Is it in
I mean,
I don't know.
Minneapolis?
I don't know what I'm gonna do for freaking 4 hours.
Take a nap, man.
I'm probably gonna have to, man. Like, I'm gonna have to pop some Ambien or something. Just
is it in the big
take
city?
A nap.
No, it's in St. Cloud, man, which is like it's another like bigger city. But it's nothing. The last time he came here, he sold out the Target Center, which holds like 35,000, 40,000 people.
40,000.
And this one's only 6,000 people.
And that's so crazy that y'all are a democratic state when it comes to that.
Oh, dude, we are as democratic as it gets, man. As soon as the election hits, I don't even look at Minnesota anymore because we've been blue since the start of this fucking state.
Yeah.
We're the only state that didn't reelect fucking Ronald Reagan in a second term.
Well, I'll say this, dude. I think Texas is either this election or the next from not being red.
Dude, I'm getting worried for you guys in Texas because a lot of those people from California came into these big cities of your guys'.
It's just Austin.
And Austin, dude. Austin
and Houston are by far.
But blue. Looking at the polls and everything that's happened with the assassination attempt and Joe Biden stepping bring down,
millions of people that didn't vote
Trump,
and the kids that are now grown up, like my brother's age, that didn't get to vote. This is going to bring those kids, and you watch. That's what I'm saying. This could swing Texas either way, and it was really close last year. Not like, oh shit, is Texas going to go? It was like, okay, that was way too close to beat Texas. You know what I mean? But
I've been seeing a lot of people that voted blue. A lot of people that said they voted blue, and they're like, I'm not voting.
Doing it again.
They're like, I'm not voting for Kamala. I'm not voting for Joe Biden. But they have also said they're like, but I'm not voting for Trump.
Yeah,
and there's been a lot of them actually that are like, I am voting for Trump because he just got assassinated and he's still on the road and still wants to do things for this country, or try to get assassinated. Excuse me, not assassinated, but still trying to do things great for this country. And it's like, dude, that's my boy right there, like 100%. Like, he had my vote, but after that shenanigans, dude, of what happened, I'm like, bro, when you get the Hulk to speak at the RNC for you, I think you're doing something right.
Yeah, Kid Rock, Dana White, bro.
Chris Jansen, like all these great freaking people that are just speaking for him now. Dude, the one that blew my mind, Aubrey Rose.
No, Amber Rose.
Or Amber, not Aubrey.
Yeah.
Amber Rose, dude.
Yeah,
that
completely
blew me out of the
180.
water. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I'm like, that's crazy. How the hell did you pull that off?
Yeah.
Nuts,
people are
dude.
waking up, man. People are seeing what the government's all about and how fucking corrupt it actually is. And this podcast is probably going to get shut down and not get any views because of what we're saying. But
I'm going to tell you right now, from our last podcast and the ones before, I have been receiving messages nonstop from people, like friends of mine and everything like that, that said like this podcast is amazing. And that's one thing, dude. Like, I think we're doing good.
They need to go there and hit the like button, and they need to get more views.
I think they have been. I don't. I just said, hey, like, appreciate your support, but like, dude, there's a lot of people. One of our buddies that we served with, he hit me up and he said, dude, hearing you guys talk about your hard times. I went through my hard times. I thought I was alone. He said like this podcast is actually like making him happy and find himself again. And it's like, because he gets to hear us talk about the old days and see who we are. And believe it or not, dude, we're a part of something bigger than what we are right now. Is some of the people that are hearing this and know us and stuff like that, we've been helping them out and we didn't even know it. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah,
that changed my perspective on the podcast completely when I heard that.
Yeah, Hypeman watches. I know that, and I know Simples. He's been watching.
Yeah, I know most of the Echo boys have been watching. Olmstead, he hits me up all the time, and he's just like, "Yeah, dude, love what you guys are doing. Keep it up." Hypeman's ex-wife, Cammie, she hits me up. She's like, "Hey, like, you've been doing great. Like, you guys are awesome. It's hard to believe like these are the guys that I used to sneak pizza to in the field." And it's like, yeah, dude, we've grown up, man. We've come a long ways.
Well,
but anyway,
message Olmhead right now and be like, "Hey, dude,
yeah, what the hell you doing, boy?
Hey, Motor.
Yeah, please, if you made it this far, share it to whoever. We need more views. We need more likes."
Oh, wow, that's terrible. It's like, we're talking about you on the podcast, boy.
Yeah, you better watch this, huh?
You better watch.
Yeah, man, if you could share this to one person, if 20 people watch it and you share it to 20 more, at least leave a like, drop a comment if y'all want us to talk about something else. We are on Spotify, we are on YouTube, so hopefully I'm going to try to do it this week to get us on Apple. That's been kind of a weird journey, but I'll talk to you all offline about it. But yeah, like and share, man. Like and share. It's 2 clicks, no big deal. If you enjoy what we're doing, and then I guess leave us a comment. Tell us what you want.
Give us some
topics
to talk about. Yeah, because I mean, we kind of just shot from the hip today. It was straight shooting, man.
Yeah, it was good stuff though.
Turned out pretty good though.
Y'all boys want to close us out with something? I got absolutely nothing right now, other than fucking being American. Oh, there goes. Oh, no, he's back.
But he's back.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah. You got anything for us? Any words of encouragement?
Me?
Yeah, you savage tactician over there.
Yeah, you.
Even the darkest nights. What was that quote? It's like, even the darkest nights you can still wait for the day. Something like that. I don't remember. I botched that completely. So no, I don't have any advice for you.
What you got, Vortex? GBRS.
Yeah. So on the topic of voting, right? It's that coming into that season. The presidential election is, pretty big, pretty important. Not as important as voting for your local government, though, man. That's like what I think impedes the most on your lives, man, is read about who wants to be your governor, who wants to be on your city council or your mayor or whatever. Those are the big things that you need to be voting for. Obviously, the president is a big deal, but a lot of times that's not going to really affect your day-to-day, man. It's the people that you put into office in your state,
in your community.
Vote the right freaking way, man. I'm not saying that there is one color or one word that is the right or wrong way. Just the stuff that keeps the country free, keeps your state free, keeps, bad guys in bad places and good people having good times, man. Like, just vote right. Right. Like, yeah. Vote the right way, I guess. Yeah. But you should vote right, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Vote red.
Take that. Both. Yeah, take that both ways, actually.
Yeah.
All right, boys. Same time, same place next week.
All right.
Goodbye.
Later.
Later.